rankings are out, and the best and worst Tennessee cities to live in when it comes to your individual freedoms. The Beacon Center updating its rankings based on surveys and research metrics to define how local city government policies impact everyday life. The Beacon Center's Kylie Walker joining us now. Kylie, thanks for being here.
Hey Megan, thanks for having me.
All right, who came out on top this year?
Well, just to give you a little bit of a backstory, we have the City Freedom Index here at the Beacon Center. It's released every 5 years, really to track policy change. And really what it is we want to see how free is your city based on most free to least free. So we compare Tennessee's 30 most populous cities, measured dozens of local policies using 4 key metrics. That was free enterprise, private property rights, individual liberty, and cost of government. So who came out on top was your question. It was Laverne. They maintained the #1 spot since 2020. Laverne continues to be Tennessee's freest city, according to our research, really in the lead for free enterprise and has some good scores as well on costs of government. It stands out for minimal business regulations, for low property taxes, as well as few city-run enterprises. Another couple on the top 5 list that your viewers will know is Gallatin, high in cost of government and individual liberty. And when I say high, I mean these are good scores. And Brentwood as well, that dropped from 2nd to 4th due to lower private property scores though.
All right, that's a good running list there. Now let's go to the other end of the spectrum. Which cities scored the lowest this year and why?
Yeah, so we did have Nashville, or the lowest was actually Bartlett. But your viewers, of course, will want to know about Nashville because that was 2nd to last, scored the worst in the state for free enterprise. So this is ranked 29 out of 30 of our list. It has the high fees for short-term rental permits and building permits, as well as high cost for taxpayer-funded lobbying. And then, as you know, Nashville also just raised property taxes. So that is very similar to Knoxville as well, which was low on our list in the bottom 5. Really underperformed in all 4 index categories that I had mentioned, with the highest level of taxpayer-funded lobbying, high fees for short-term rental, and business permits as well.
Well, I know you mentioned the criteria that you based all of this data on, but how did you go about your research?
Yeah, so this was all more than a year in the making. Cities were informed, keep in mind, last year that we would be releasing the City Freedom Index. This kind of method has been used in the national freedom rankings before. We're really just taking it to the local level. We used a common stat tool called a Z-score, really to see how far each city is from average, and that really tells you if they're doing better or worse than their neighbors. And then if a city does things like keeping their taxes low or managing money well, then it's going to score higher. But keep in mind, we want full transparency. So we have all of our methodology on our website, beacontn.org. Everything for CFI is on the front page of that site.
All right, the report card's out. Kylie Walker, always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.